Let's start off with the markets, the general sentiment that we're seeing. Shanghai Composite losing 20% over the last 2 weeks. But when you look at the gains that it's been experiencing over the last year, it's incredible to see that we are seeing a slight correction. Many said that the correction is going to be spurred by Asia. Do you expect more downside in the US and here in South Africa?
First of all, on the Chinese market, if we just backtrack to early 2008, it was one of the first global markets to start the correction in the first quarter in 2008. And it was also the first market to start recovering in the first quarter of this year. And the market has ran very, very hard, the Shanghai index. And I think it's a very positive fact that we've seen this correction down 20%. It bounced back very, very strongly yesterday, up 4%. And I think the most significant news from China this morning is that the government think tank said that they expect third quarter GDP to increase by as much as 8.5%. And we all know that the second quarter GDP in China came in better than expected, a growth of 7.9%. But the 8.5% expectation on GDP, that's only half of the positive news. I think the real important news is the think tank mentioned specifically that they don't see any specific inflation pressures building. So this is virtually an ideal scenario where you get a very strong GDP growth in a virtually inflationless scenario. Whether it's sustainable, obviously that's the big question, but I think that will definitely support equity valuations. On a reported earnings base, the Shanghai index is trading on a PE ratio of about 30 times. So I think if we see some kind of sideways movement, I think that's maybe the best case scenario.
Well, here at home, we're obviously tracking global equity markets, but another big issue, of course, is the earnings front. And just taking a look at Grindrod, that released earnings yesterday, down 56%. No surprise there. We know exactly what's happening to contract prices. And of course, keeping in mind that the stronger rand impacts companies like Grindrod.
Yes. The numbers we've seen yesterday was the first 6 months, and that drop of 56% was viewed against an abnormal first half of last year. If you compare the first half of this year against 07 and 06, the numbers actually look quite respectable. And it's also quite remarkable, the Grindrod's diversification model is starting to pay off. Their reliance on shipping per se is starting to get less and less. The trading side of the business is picking up very nicely. Also the banking side, very, very small at the moment, but that's also starting to get off the ground. Management said that the deal stream is picking up. But I think the most important thing about Grindrod is that the company is completely debt-free. It's got one of the most lowest cost fleets in the world, and the company is well positioned going forward.
Another company under pressure due to a stronger rand, Exxaro, but clearly weathering the storm. We know what is happening to demand for coal, but also interesting to note they're very vulnerable to what happens in China.
Yes, and actually China saved the day to a large extent, and the company warned about the second half going forward. Remember that Exxaro is not only a coal company, it derives a lot of its turnover from base metals and heavy minerals, and also it's got a stake in Sishen iron ore, and on the 1st of April there was a reduction in the iron ore prices, so the second half will be definitely much tougher, and the average rand dollar price or the average rand they received in the first half was around 9 rand 20, 9 rand 30, compared to the about 7 rand 30 in the corresponding period, and we're sitting now at R7.95. So from that point of view, that's also going to be quite tough for them.
Well, one of the reasons that the rand is strengthening so much, speculation that a deal is looming between MTN and Bharti Airtel, and we've heard now that they've extended their talks once again until the end of this month. Do you think this deal will finally go through?
Eleni, it's going to. Yeah, it's a good question. First of all, the announcement was exclusive talks until end of July, August, now September. Now uncertainty is definitely building about price and control premiums. And what I can tell you that if this deal is not going to happen, we will definitely see at least short-term pressure on the rand, and we might even see a relief rally in MTN's share price.